It is my very sad duty to update this afternoon. Police officers searching a wooded area close to where Constance and Mark Gordon were arrested discovered the remains of a baby. A post-mortem examination will be held in due course. A crime scene is in place and work at the location is expected to continue for some time. This is an outcome that myself and that many officers who have been part of this search had hoped would not happen. I recognise the impact this news will have on the many people who have been following the story closely and can assure them that we will do everything we possibly can to establish what has happened. Constance Marten and Mark Gordon remain in custody after the application for the extension of their detention for a further 36 hours was sought and granted by Brighton Magistrates Court. It is imperative now that the media and members of the public refrain from speculation and comments online that could be prejudicial to the potential court proceedings. No further information about the discovery will be shared at this time. I ask again that anyone with information that could support the investigation should call the incident room on 0208 345 3854. I'd just like to thank the media, the public and our policing colleagues in Sussex for their continued support.
Thank you. I would first and foremost like to extend my heartfelt condolences on behalf of Sussex Police to the wider family of the baby at this time. I understand that the conclusion of this search will be heartbreaking for the local community and the wider public who have been impacted by and so supportive of this search and the investigation from the outset. I would like to thank again the public, including the member of public whose information led to the arrests, the huge number of people who came forward with information, and those that have volunteered to assist with the searches. We continue to support the Metropolitan Police as they conduct their investigation, and also the wider community as we all come to terms with this tragedy. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
An update there from Sussex Police saying that they are delivering, of course, the very sad news that they have found the remains of a baby after Constance Marten and Mark Gordon were arrested. Detectives had feared that the baby, which was missing, may have come to serious harm as they carried out an enormous search for the baby, which was just 2 months old. And of course, as we have now just heard, the police have found the remains of that baby, having searched a huge area in the last 2 days. Now, we can cross live to our correspondent, Adele Robinson, who is there in Lewes for us. Hello to you, Adele. Certainly, it was the news that many dreaded. What more can you tell us from what you heard just now at that press conference?
Yeah, well, it was the news that no one wanted to hear, but everyone was fearing. The police confirming that they have found the remains of a baby in a wooded area near to where the couple were arrested on Monday night in Brighton. They were arrested at 9:30 p.m. after a member of the public, who was thanked here today by the police, spotted them in a nearby shop and we believe followed them and dialed 999. Today we've seen extensive searches, this second day of searches, less than 48 hours since the couple were arrested, into the wider area, the nearby golf course, the allotments near to where they were arrested, and a nature reserve. 90 square miles was the vast search area that police officers from Sussex Police and the Metropolitan Police Service had concentrated their efforts. As I said, we've had confirmation that they have found the remains of a baby in a wooded area. They say that a crime scene is now in place and will be in place for some time ahead. This is the outcome, as they said, that they did not want to see happen. The police officers here tonight describing it as heartbreaking, sending out their condolences to the wider family of that baby, and also saying that they were going to be doing a promise, if you like, to do everything they can to understand and find out what happened to that baby, what had led to its death. They also said that their application to a magistrate in Brighton earlier today for extra time to question the couple, Constance Marten and Mark Gordon, an extra 36 hours had been granted. They are currently being questioned on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. Remember, they were first arrested at 9:30 p.m. on Monday night on suspicion of child neglect. A day later, yesterday, that charge, or that they were arrested on suspicion of, was upgraded to gross negligence manslaughter. What they did ask was for the public and the media not to speculate on what may have happened in this case, not wanting to prejudice any future proceedings. But they did thank the media and the public as well for the huge efforts that the public have made to get in touch with information. As I said, they thanked the member of the public who had spotted the couple on Monday night and dialed 999, leading to their arrest. And they also said that that crime scene, again, would be remaining in place for some time to come. The search we've seen over the last less than 48 hours has been, as described earlier, painstaking, complicated, difficult, challenging. We haven't seen the couple for over 50 days. The investigation started in Bolton. And as we have it, it is ended now in the discovery of the couple and that heartbreaking news that their baby has been found, the remains of their baby has been found in wooded area in Brighton. So the investigation continues, and this evening the couple remain in custody.
OK, Adele Robinson there for us in Lewis. And for anyone just tuning in, we are reacting to the news that we've just had from Sussex Police that the remains of a baby has been found after Constance Marten and her partner Mark Gordon were arrested earlier this week, having been missing essentially since January when the couple had been found on the run, essentially with a newborn baby, causing a lot of concern. And now this news from the police. For anyone tuning in, Adele, could you just... well, actually, we're not going to cross back to Adele. We're just going to keep you updated on this breaking news that police have found the remains of a baby, describing it as their very sad duty to make this update this afternoon, that police officers searching a wooded area close to where Constance Marten and Mark Gordon were arrested. They have now discovered the remains of a baby after a huge search being carried out by police officers. We can now bring in Sky's policing analyst, Graham Wetton, who's been following this case for us. Good to have you with us for your analysis and expertise, Graham. What do you make of this announcement from the police in the last few minutes? Of course, they've been carrying out an enormous search in the last couple of days, but we don't really know much more about what's happened to this baby in the last couple of months, other than the fact that we now know the remains of the baby has been found.
Yeah, they said it was going to be a significant press conference, and they announced that a body had been found by police searching in the areas that they've been looking in. Specialist crime command from the Metropolitan Police will now lead on this, ably supported by their colleagues down in Sussex. So they're very well versed and experienced in dealing with manslaughter type cases. Crime scene will be in place where the body was found. That probably will stay where they found it for now, while they clear the crime scene, pick up, forensically examine the scene itself, take away anything that there might be evidence from the crime scene. But that will stay in place for some time in that outer cordon. There'll be a route in for the forensic teams. So you'll see that sort of activity around the location where the body was found. Post-mortem will be carried out to establish the cause of death. And then from there, the investigation team will take their inquiries onwards.
Yeah, and Graham, this is an extraordinary case that this couple have been essentially on the run for a couple of months now. It's taken a long time for all the police and authorities to track them down. And of course, the huge concern was that they had this newborn baby with them, and the welfare of the baby was of course, everyone's concerned, mostly Constance Marten's family, who, of course, have spoken out and appealed to her. What now? What now? What will police be doing in terms of trying to piece together what's happened in the last 2 months?
Well, it's exactly that. They'll be trying to piece together exactly what happened. The couple's movements, I think we saw that they were last sighted early January. So again, that's part of the appeal that was just out. Still appealing for any information that can aid the investigation. The investigation is around where they've been in the last 7 weeks or so, where they've been staying, where they've been getting their food. Was it just the couple? Was it the couple and the baby? That's all part of the investigation now, to establish a timeline of where the couple have been and where the baby's been with them. When the baby was either shopping with them or getting taxi rides or bus rides, etc. That's part of the information that the investigation team will be after, to establish an exact timeline of where the couple have been and what they've been doing.
OK, Graham, as always, it's very good to get your insight on these sorts of cases. Thanks very much indeed. We can just cross back to our correspondent, Adele Robinson, who is following developments for us today down in Sussex. For anyone just tuning in, Adele, can you just bring us up to date?
Yes, just to summarise what the police have announced this evening, as they described it, heartbreaking news. At the centre of their investigation has always been to find this missing baby. And now it has been found, the remains in wooded area. The news that nobody wanted to hear, but over the last couple of days, everyone was fearing, weren't they? It's the sad duty, the police officer said tonight from the Metropolitan Police, to inform everybody that they had found these remains in wooded area near to where the couple, Constance Marten and Mark Gordon, went missing in Brighton at 9:30 p.m. on Monday evening, after a member of the public spotted them in a nearby shop and followed them. He then called 999, and that member of the public was specifically thanked publicly by both police officers here outside Sussex Police headquarters for what he did, leading to their arrest. They were originally arrested on suspicion of child neglect. Yesterday, they were re-arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. Now, yesterday, the police also told us that the couple hadn't offered any information as to the whereabouts of their child. We didn't even know the gender of this missing baby. They said that the couple are still in custody this evening. They had made an application to a magistrate in Brighton today to question the couple on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter for an extra 36 hours, and that has been granted. So they are still in custody. The police said that they will do everything they can to find out what happened to this baby, to understand what happened. They said that they are asking the public and the media not to get involved in any speculation as to what happened to the baby, in case it prejudiced any future proceedings. But they also thanked the media and the public for the huge effort that was made to get in touch with the police with information that they have, and also because we've seen over the last couple of days huge public appeals going out. This is an investigation that really began back on January the 5th, when the couple's car was found abandoned on the side of the motorway near Bolton and on fire. And it has taken this investigation across the country over to Essex, where the couple was spotted in the days immediately after they went missing. And then the day after, on the 7th, again, East London. And then on the 8th, January the 8th, the last confirmed sighting of that couple was in Newhaven. And the police earlier today stressed the time frame of their investigation spanned more than 7 weeks. Their search, a vast area, 90 square miles. And we've seen today dozens and dozens of specialist officers scouring the woodland near to where the couple went missing. They broke into sheds on the allotments very close by, trying to find the missing baby. They looked on the golf course. They were even seen scouring some water, a section of water nearby as well. It has taken 200 officers across 2 forces, Sussex Police and the Metropolitan Police Force, to bring this investigation to find the missing baby to a heartbreaking conclusion. And what they will be now focusing on is questioning the couple and trying to get to the bottom of exactly what happened to this baby and why.